All right. So hello everyone and welcome to the AMA with DAMETA1. Now this is actually the first session of the year, so of course wishing you all a happy new year on the voice chat as well. And here's to all of you having an awesome 2026 ahead. Now, jumping right into the short introduction from my side before we of course hand over the microphone to the team. So for those of you that didn't have a chance to check them out already, DAMETA1 is an AI-powered immersive metaverse platform which integrates VR, AR, and Web3 technologies for the purpose of delivering unified digital experiences across education, business, and entertainment as the ecosystem continues to evolve. Now, as part of what you can actually do here, you first have their education metaverse. So for which the MVP is already in trials with schools. Super excited to be talking about on how students get to use this to their advantage as they are, of course, learning. Now, another add-on is their Business Bay. Great addition for businesses looking to expand. And this tool is already available in alpha, currently for internal users. Now, we will also do a little bit of an intro to upcoming things to look forward to, which include Eureka, Gameaholic, as well as Dope, which is targeted towards the entertainment sector. So yeah, as you guys can see, there's a lot of things to look forward to. But before we get the party started here today, just wanted to drop a kind reminder for your seat sale on GemPad. So it is already live and it is ending on the 20th of January at 6 p.m. UTC. A little bit over 11 days to go. So if you're interested in contributing to the sale, you of course can find the link to it on the AMA announcement. And in addition to that, just wanted to drop some encouragement for y'all. If you're going to have any additional questions once we're done with the session, do make sure to also join the Telegram just so the team can get you sorted ASAP with, anything else that you might want to know here. But yeah, enough of me rambling on and on. It is a pleasure, Faisal and Jawad, to have you here. Thank you very much for joining. For starters, if you don't mind just, introducing yourselves, a little bit of background information about the both of you. And once you do so, feel free to do a rundown regarding DAMETA1. So everything you're bringing to the table, utilities, the metaverse, basically everything that you want the listeners to know regarding the project. And then we're going to continue with some topics of discussion from my side as well. So thank you so much. And the floor is all yours. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you at Rainlands. And it was great to know that it's the first, the first AMA session of this year on the GemPad. And I'm really feeling proud to be to be part of this AMA session. So formally, a hello to everyone, and of course, a happy new year. And it's a great pleasure to be here at this Gempad Ama. So I formally start. So my name is Faisal, and I'm representing DAMETA1 as the CMO of the project and the company. And it's a pleasure to be here with you today to talk about what I believe is not just, just another project, but the next major evolution and how we will interact with and in the digital world, So that's an important thing. And with me, with us today is Mr. Jawad Ijaz, who's been struggling with, with connecting his mic, but finally has done that, luckily. He's our group CTO, and he's the major player and, a contributor of making this whole project happening. And we are together in this project from last 2.5 years, with the sheer transparency and of course with the long, with the thought of and intentions of a long way to go. So today we will take you through with what DAMETA is, why now is the perfect time for it, the real traction we already have, and the opportunity for you all to be part of it from the ground up onwards. So as we already know, and as at Rainlands mentioned, that, we just we have gone off the ground, just few hours back. And it's a great opportunity for everyone to be part of this, this amazing product, which is DMU, the utility token. Just to give you guys a quick look back, how the concept had started. We were looking for the one next thing after the AI, the NFTs, all of those, buzzword which has been in the world from last almost 5-6 years. And, the story started that we want to develop something in-house, something for our own consumption. And that is where the people, they started loving this whole concept. And we thought it's the high time to just, make it global. So that the one thing that we've been thinking and we've been working along has taken the shape today. So, as I mentioned, the next isn't about, because AI is already integrated. AI has a great integration with all the industries, be it medical, be it banking, fintech, edtech, you name it. And that narrative has gone far fetched. But this time around, it's for the generation what we are supposed to offer as next. So that is where the Meta One, come into play, come into picture. And from here, um, if I just pronounce that right for you guys, it's the Meta One. So we just wanted to just make sure that it's the perhaps best metaverse platform available for the people around the world for best interactivity, for best immersion, for best, XR VR experience. But not only this, it is to develop a complete ecosystem to make that experience greater than ever before. So, with this, I would like to invite our CTO, Mr. Jawad Ijaz, to just take it from here and just to take us through what this great product is offering to here. Jawad.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Faisal, and thank you, GemPad, for giving us this opportunity to explain you about our project, the Meta One. And thank you, everyone, for joining us in this AMA session. Uh, it's great to be here. I'm Jawad Ijaz, co-founder and CTO of the Meta One. I'll take a few minutes to explain what the Meta One is, what we are building today, how Web3 fits into the ecosystem, and how DMU and our seed round connect to that journey. So, the Meta One is an AI powered immersive metaverse ecosystem built on VR technologies designed to bring real world use cases into virtual environments. At its core, the Meta One connects education, business, creators, gaming, and entertainment into a single evolving digital world built to scale across regions and industries. What we saw early on was that immersive technology, AI, and digital ownership were all advancing, but mostly in isolation. The Meta One exists to connect these layers into one usable ecosystem where immersive environments are not just visual but intelligent, interactive, and economically functional. So the Meta is structured into five interconnected continents. Today, I'll mainly focus on the first two because that's where we already have active development, pilots, and traction. The other continents are part of our phased expansion, and I'll touch on them briefly. The first continent is the One Ilmverse, our education focused metaverse. The One Ilmverse builds on our already launched EdTech infrastructure, which today serves 500,000 registered users across schools and institutions. On top of that foundation, the One Inverse introduces immersive learning environments, AI supported learning experiences, and virtual classrooms, moving education from flat screens into interactive spaces. So, this is not an experiment from zero, it's an evolution of an existing education ecosystem into immersive technology. The second continent is Business Bay, focused on business use cases, real estate experiences. Business Bay enable virtual property showcases, corporate meetings, digital expos, and professional environments inside the metaverse. This continent is designed for businesses, developers, organizations that want more than social interaction. They want functional, outcome driven virtual spaces. The remaining continents, Eureka, Gameaholic, and DOP, extend the ecosystem into creators, gaming, and entertainment, and will be rolled out in phases as the platform scales. So let's talk about the traction and the credibility. Execution matters a lot in this space. So I want to briefly touch on credibility. Along the journey, the Meta1 and its underlying platforms have been recognized in global technology ecosystems, including being awarded by Microsoft, being part of AWS related accelerator initiatives, and being featured in publications like Forbes. I mention this likely not as marketing, but to show that what we are building has already been evaluated and acknowledged beyond our own community. One thing to understand about the Meta One is that AI is not an add on. AI enables personalization, guidance, adaptive experiences, uh, and intelligent interaction inside the metaverse. That's what allows the Meta One to move beyond static virtual worlds into environments that respond to users and scale across education and businesses. Now, the most important part, the Web3 positioning. Web3 plays a key role in the Meta One as an enabler of access, participation, and digital interaction across the ecosystem. As the Meta One grows across continents and user groups, blockchain allows us to support transparent transactions, permissionless access, and on chain interaction without centralized friction. So, Web3 is deeply integrated into how the ecosystem operates and grows. So, DMU is the utility token that powers interaction across the Meta1 ecosystem. In the one inverse, the DMU is used for access to immersive learning experiences, educational content, and participation inside the education metaverse. In Business Bay, DMU supports access to virtual spaces, enterprise events, and real estate related experiences. As the ecosystem expands, DMU also supports creator tooling, gaming interaction, entertainment, across other continents. So, DMU is designed to be inside the ecosystem. Now, let me give you a quick overview of our roadmap so you can understand where we stand today and where we are going from here. So, back in 2023, we started working on the Meta1 platform, uh, non-immersive foundation of education continent of the Meta1 already got 500,000 registered users, which I already mentioned. Alpha version of our immersive platform runs on VR technology, released in 2024 for internal users for two continents, education and business. Beta version released in 2025, where we are doing pilots with existing clients. The Meta1 utility token, which is DMU, integration already started in 2025. DMU has been deployed on Ethereum blockchain with verification on Etherscan. Teams KYC, DMU audit done by Certic, and reports available on our website. DMU contract is ownerless, completely immutable, and it's open source code available to be reviewed on GitHub. And you can access the link through our website, which is dmu.themetaman.com. Seed round already started on GemPad as one of our launchpad partners, and we have already crossed our soft cap within the last few hours. Seed round will last just for next 10 days. Then we will launch our pre-sale where token price will increase. Then in first half of February 2026, we'll be launching on DEX. And at the same time, we will also be launching a very attractive staking mechanism for DMU community. Then in the second quarter of 2026, we'll be launching on centralized exchange as we are already in discussions with few. Also, in the second quarter of 2026, we will release the Meta1 platform for public with DMU integration as the currency of the ecosystem, and will love to partner with GemPad to organize their Emma sessions within the Meta1 platform so that we won't face any kind of issues. Then there is a huge list what we're going to do in 26, 27. So you can review our complete roadmap on our website to see how the Meta 1 will evolve in the upcoming years. So that's a high level overview of the Meta 1, what we are building. what's live today and how DMU fits into the ecosystem and how the seed round supports that journey. Um, we'll be happy to go deeper into any area through your questions, but first I would like to invite Mr. Faisal if he wants to add something on it. Yes, Mr. Faisal.
Yes, hopefully most of the things are covered. I think the key thing is that it is high time for this year, as the year just started, for a right product, for the right what you call traction, and a perfect consumption across the globe for a wonderful utility. This is a high time for the Web3 community to stand up and to take lead in this. Anybody, all of you, the whole community, it's a great opportunity to be part of this DMU, the Meta Utility Token. Be part of this DMU from the very beginning. As it goes on, anybody and everybody can have the best benefits, rewards, and all the things that the token is there to offer. The important thing is, how this token is going to help people, who's going to be, who are joining or who are going to be part of this DMU today. Tomorrow, since we have a limited supply of these tokens, so the best part is going to be that, the whole world and every single continent has a different segmentation of the customer. So what's going to happen that tomorrow and even today as we speak, the utility is already there, the traction is already there, and with this limited supply of these tokens, the whole world is going to be the customer, be it education, be it business, games, music, creators, you name it. They can be greatly part of this token, and that's how, as the utility is going to grow, that's how the price going to go further higher and higher. That's what we believe, and that is what took us exactly what you call quite some time to reach where we are today, because we have just tried to watertight all the leakages in this business to make sure that the product is best fit for all the audience and the users and the customers across the board. So that's the best way. So as an example, if you talk about the education, anybody who's there using the AI powered teacher, or tomorrow the way we have been planning, and we have kind of orchestrated the courses and everything. I'm just taking the example of one continent, as I've already mentioned. So every single person will be interested to be on this continent is going to be using these tokens in order to get the premium access of these all courses and the features that we are already mentioned. I mean, just think about it. Most of you, from in our childhood, we know that the water is made from H2O, but we have never seen H2O in making. But here comes the metaverse, and this is a great kind of a journey for the Gen Zs and the Gen As and the Gen Bs who are just coming up, that they can see that whole, molecules in making by themselves on our platform. So that's not going to be just the images. It's not going to be just the cartoons, just the graphs, but it's going to be great product for the people around the world. And this is how it's going to be. You talk about business and you want to just have a meeting with your colleagues that are from anywhere around the world. As you guys already know, that the world is, working remotely. People are operating big harbors by sitting at their home. You guys know that. So this is how it's going to be. And, remotely, if you want to just conduct a meeting, you can use, the best of our business bay. You can come, join, have a meeting with remote people from around the world. You can see them and their avatars face to face. And this is how it's going to be workable and usable, for the people. I'm just giving you a couple of examples. It's not the product. It's just, a fraction part of the whole product. The whole brand has, the features which are already developed, which are in making, and as per our roadmap, which is already clearly mentioned. You guys can visit, as Jawad mentioned, that you guys can visit our website, where all the, the directions, the footprint which are already marked over there as roadmap. You guys can see how we done from where we had started, and how we kept on achieving those milestones, and that's how we are where we are today, and that's how we're going to be moving forward. So we are just trying to have enough resources. And by the way, the good news is we are not working with the third parties. All the resources, the marketing team, the development team, everything is in-house. That's the fun part. All the experts, all the technical expertise are in-house. And with our experience with Web3 from last 4.5, 5 years, that's the game changer for the people to have trust on a brand, which is there to help people to be part of this brand and to gain both ways. A, in terms of, the Web3, and B, in terms of the token itself. Jawad, what you think?
Well, in the meantime, as we're waiting for Jawad, I can tell you what I think. So I just wanted to say thank you so much to the both of you. You did an absolutely phenomenal job of just guiding not only myself, but also the community through everything that you have available with your metaverse, especially with the continents here. So as far as, well, Jawad, if you're ready to go, you can provide some feedback on what Faisal was mentioning right now. And if not, I can just take it away because I have a bunch of things to ask and a little bit of add-ons to what you were saying as well.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I think that this is going to be time we need to, at Rain Lance, we need to connect, we just want to take people through a visual, kind of connotation of what exactly has been happening. So we'll try to connect, because as Jawad mentioned in the first place, that he was just trying to connect through the laptop so that we can show, it's not about talks, we can show people about the universe that's already there, the traction that's already there. So, Jawad, are we ready to do that? Is it possible?
So I tried it again through my laptop, but I believe same problem happened. It's like Telegram is not supporting the mic and the share screen feature on laptop somehow. If you have that presentation with you, you can try at your end. Otherwise, we can start taking questions, I believe.
I also, if you don't mind, sorry, go for it. I think I do have a fix here, but just tell me what you wanted to say.
No, you carry on. I was just, routing it to you now.
Okay, no problem at all. Thank you so much. So I was just, if this is something that you also have in, let's say, video format, if it's something that you already pre-recorded, or if you just want to record it on your laptop, you can just send it over to our group chat, and I could just send it over to our main chat. That way, everyone that is, currently tuning in can actually get a chance to check it out. Even if it's not live, you can just record it, send me over a video, and I can make sure that I send it to our main chat. It works for you, of course.
Sure, I think we can do
just
that.
See if you can just do that this way.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay, so in the meantime, as we're waiting for this, once again, just wanted to give both of you props for, all the relevant information, all the specifics. Definitely shows that you are a credible team at the end of the day and that you're going to be, achieving great things here. So if I am to focus on a specific, like you both said, continent here in your metaverse, obviously speaking, I think it makes perfect sense for us to, put the majority of our focus towards the continent being the education metaverse here, right? So with this, I have a bunch of questions, right? So first and foremost, just a little bit of, props to you guys. I think that this is something that, is definitely needed, something that's going to be as engaging as possible, which I greatly appreciate. But if we start talking about, let's say, an intuitive experience, right? So just like you did a little bit earlier, Faisal, I'm just going to provide you with let's say, an example here, right? So for instance, once it's going to be available to the public, of course, after the MVP trials are done here, let's say that I'm a student. Okay, so an example here, I'm a student. I would like to take a specific course for a specific topic here in order for me to get more information on, I don't know, let's say that it's a major that I'm studying for. I would like to learn more, makes perfect sense. So I jump directly into the metaverse and I would like to attend a class. So I know one of the things that you mentioned a little bit earlier is the fact that the tutors, the teachers are going to be AI powered, right? So just for the sake of clarity here, how was the process of, let's say, the teachers, the tutors that are once again AI powered actually get information that they would then pass on to their students is going to be 100% credible, just so you can ensure that the experience is on par with what you would like to offer your users. Now, on top of it, on top of the AI powered tutors, I was also wondering with the whole process, as we did have a chance to mention, being intuitive, how you ensure that the learning experience is caters to your needs and actually provides all the necessary information and engagement for you to actually learn at the end of the day. Hopefully I didn't overly complicate this.
Yeah, so I would like
Yeah.
to
So
answer this.
yeah, Jawad, you answer. Okay.
All right. Okay. So for example, if you have joined the One Inverse or Education Continent as a student, and for example, you want to learn about programming, right? So there are two ways to learn about programming. One is you can join an interactive environment where you will play a game, and while playing that game and solving some puzzles or progressing through different levels, you will learn programming and you will get the score. It will be an interactive way to learn programming. You will enjoy that and you'll keep learning. So similarly, if you want to learn physics, you play a game, an interactive one, and you learn about the foundation of physics, like what's the gravity is, how the first how the what is velocity, what is the acceleration. So all these kind of foundational concepts. And even if you want to learn about the advanced concepts, then you can move through the levels and you can learn about it. So this is just an example, but there are a lot of more subjects part of our education continent. And the other way is you can go into the AI tutor classroom, where you can, if you want to learn about physics, then you can select Einstein as your teacher, and you'll be standing in front of Einstein and you can ask any question. For example, if you ask, about how engine works, right? So Einstein won't just, answer you verbally, but Einstein can generate an engine in front of you on his hand and can remove the layers of that engine and will show you how the fuel will get injected into the engine, how the piston moves, and he can, clear your concepts, which is normally not possible in the 2D world or in a real world. You can't do that. But in metaverse, in the real interactive VR environments, this is all possible by integrating the VR and the AI technology.
Now, that is absolutely phenomenal. I think that this is definitely something. So I'm just going to provide you an example, right? So as I was in school, I was never really fond of learning, and it's something that I think that the majority of, let's say, either students or basically just anyone that's getting their education currently, I think that it's something that it mainly comes from the fact that you, as you're learning, it's not the visuals that you're providing, it's not a gamified experience. Everything that you're doing here is fixing the things that, let's say, physical education in classrooms, so once again, everything being in real life, doesn't necessarily offer, So I think that how you're approaching this makes perfect sense. And it's something that I never thought that I would in my whole life say, but with the experience that you were just talking about, I would 100% be willing to learn something new this way, right? So that is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah. So this is just few example of our educational metaverse, but definitely there'll be a lot more for every age of students. Even if you are an adult and you want to learn new concepts, then there'll be something for you.
Perfect, absolutely amazing. Now, a little bit of an add-on to this, it just got me thinking, considering you provided some examples as far as, let's say, things to actually learn, a topic, a course, anything of that nature. Do you have, for starters, as you obviously have quite a lot of stats, quite a lot of additional information tied to, the schools that are currently in the phase of MVP trials as far as this specific environment goes. So it just brings me to the question as far as now, or maybe once it's going to be available to basically simply even individuals, so let's say students, to the public. It just brings me to the question, as far as courses go, if you have any let's say any areas of focus towards what you'd be offering at the start, and then of course plans of expansion, or is the ultimate goal just to offer as many courses as possible, just so everyone globally can be happy and actually find their place in the metaverse?
Okay, so in the first part, what we are doing, we are focusing on the fundamentals. As a student, I remember when I was a kid, as a student, whenever I learned about a concept, a new concept, I always visualize that concept in my mind. That's the first step. And if I visualize in a wrong way, then I keep struggling with that. What if, as a student, our system helps you to visualize that, and in a correct way? In this way, your concepts get cleared in the first place, and you won't face difficulty. So this is the first step what we are doing. And of course, there are other factors like AI tutor and everything already exist there. As a student, you get into the VR campus where you can roam around. You can meet other people because it's multiplayer supported. You can have conversations, social interaction, and you can join group classes, number of things. But in the longer run, in our roadmap, it's mentioned what we want to do. We want to we actually working on a generative AI, where AI get trained on different subjects, on different courses, and AI will keep developing virtual environments according to your personalized experiences. In that way, we don't have to manually add every course, every concept, but it will be done automatically. So this is where we want to move ahead in our phase two.
Perfect. Absolutely phenomenal. Jawad, thank you very much. And just the last add-on to this before we continue to a little bit more information regarding the business bay, and then we're going to, of course, take some of the community questions as well, just so we don't run out of time here. But yeah, it just got me thinking, considering you were already talking about the fact that it's, obviously going to be multiplayer supported, which is perfect, because at the end of the day, I think that you can also find quite a lot of, I would say, similar individuals that would perhaps want to learn the same thing, or maybe they have certain characteristics that are similar to you. So yeah, perfect. The social add-on is definitely something that is needed in the metaverse, but it just gets me thinking, regarding the multiplayer aspect, and considering that this, it just has the fundamentals to really make something that, let's say, the individuals globally would, let's say, help towards mass adoption, which, makes perfect sense. And it got me thinking, as far as the multiplayer aspect goes, if there's going to be quite a lot of people. So I'm not necessarily, if we talk about scalability, right? So I'm not necessarily talking about, let's say, potential lag issues, because I'm 100% sure that this is something that you already taken into account to just, make it as fluent as possible. But let's say if we're talking about overcrowded visuals, for instance, let's say you attend a certain course, and there's quite a lot of participants in the course there, to the, let's say, to the point where it could get overcrowded. So I'm just kind of interested to know how you would solve this with scalability. So are you thinking along the lines of offering separate servers just so a specific server doesn't get overcrowded? Just basically some solutions, if you don't mind, as far as scalability goes.
Yeah. So have you ever heard about the multiverse concept?
I did, yes.
Yeah. So you can imagine it in that way, where there might be a uh, multiple universes of one continent at a time to distribute the user load. You getting the concept, right? So in
Absolutely.
this way, we can easily manage it. We can easily manage, and AI can handle it correctly depending on the interest and the experiences of different users. Where to fit that user, in which multiverse we need to fit that user when he joins that continent. So it will handle automatically.
Perfect. As straightforward as possible. Joel, thank you very much. That's the last thing from my side before we ultimately hand over the microphone to some of the community questions here as well. So yeah, obviously speaking, I would like to talk about the business bay just a little bit, if you don't mind as well. So this is something, just judging by the things that you mentioned on today's session and, me doing my research here, it's more so, targeted towards, let's say, businesses or maybe people that are employed in businesses, So at the end of the day, on top of, let's say, you having meetings, conferences there, just brings me to the question, if let's say I am a business owner. So once again, an example, as you see, I very much like to provide some examples just to make things a little bit easier here. But let's say that I'm a business owner here, and let's say that I would like to use your metaverse for the sake of maybe securing new clients or maybe securing some new partnerships, right? So throughout that, I'm just wondering, as far as the business bay goes, the tools that it's going to offer for you to, let's say, get in touch with potential clients or maybe securing potential partnerships, just so you can do their job as easy as possible.
Yeah, so let me give you an example just to get a clear idea. So in our first phase, we have developed our real estate expo center, virtual real estate expo center, which is open 24 hours. You can go there. You will see different real estate stalls, just like City Scrap, um, where you can see different properties listed there on the stalls, and you can go there. You can talk to an AI property agent which will be trained on that developer's property. AI agent will know everything about that property. You can ask questions, and that AI agent will convince you to buy that property. So at the
Perfect.
same time, you will also be able to, just click on that property, and you will go inside the property, and you will roam around inside the property. You will see different apartments available there, different type of features of that property. Then you come back and visit another property on another stall. So this is just one example what we are doing in Business Bay.
Awesome. It really is as engaging as possible. So yeah, Jawad, thank you very much for the insight here. And Faisal, Jawad, if there's anything else that you would like the community to know before we start taking community questions, now is the time for you to do so.
Yeah, at Trainlines, just want to endorse to what Jawad has just mentioned. This is something we are not talking about the future, by the way, guys. This is something which is already there. I just wanted to clarify that we are not talking about something that we are going to develop. These things are already there. As an example, if you want to just see a wonderful metaverse real estate, it's already there. The first expo is already announced. Real estate expo is already announced, which is part of our business bay. So this education part, the business bay part, it's not a promise, by the way. It's something that is already there, and we are so set to just bombard the world now. That's how it is going to be.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. And without further ado, we're going to continue with some of the community questions as well. And I did appreciate the discussion here and all the information that both of you provided. I greatly appreciate that. And let's just continue. So, Tolga, you're going to be the first community question today. You know how this goes. You're going to be on the first hot seat. Better make your questions count. Better make them great ones. Hopefully, you're having an awesome day so far. And the floor is all yours. Welcome.
Hey man, I hope you are okay. I remember our chats, at the end of the last year. So I hope everything is okay on you. And wish you a happy new year for everyone, actually, also, GemPad family. Actually, I have a question. I have maybe two questions. I see roadmap of the project. Actually, it's huge details, especially this year, next year, and the year, the next year, later, the year later on, the next year. So, I personally wonder actually how actually big is your team? You touched upon a bit, but you also expect something to create, more autonomous handling of all subject. Let's say, Firstly, I am asking this.
Okay, so let me first answer about our team. Yes, we as Mr. Faisal mentioned, that the product is already there, and I also mentioned in my roadmap description that we have launched the beta version for our existing clients, for our internal users. And if you see on the roadmap that we mentioned, we'll be launching our live version for the global community within the second quarter of 2026, when you'll be able to utilize the DMU. So we have a huge technical team with us in house working on this project, working on both the continents. And of course, nowadays we have the advantage of AI. So we are, increasing our efficiency through AI to increase the total output of the development. So, like if a couple of years back, when you need to develop a feature and you need like 4 developers to do it, now you can do that through AI using 1 developer. So this is, a big advantage for the tech companies nowadays, especially who understand the AI, how to utilize it. And this is how we are utilizing it and building our product.
So that's great. As you touched upon, I expect something inside of the platform to make things more autonomous. Maybe
Yeah.
some agentic, not just for users, but also it's for the system itself. So lastly, that's very good. So lastly, actually, I see the Q1 for the token staking. Actually, you guys take staking, at very early steps. That's good. So can you tell more about it, especially should we expect some staking and governance relation? So in some projects we see governance staking affects also governance rights, or as even something beyond. So is there any relation, or how do you model it? Thank you.
Yeah, so initially, we are more focusing to give the incentives to our, initial buyers, to our community through staking. They'll be the first users who will be able to access the platform through DMU. So if you see our roadmap, we have clearly mentioned it. If you see our staking document, you'll be able to clearly mention it, that we going to give this opportunity not just to in terms of rewards, but to get the access of the platform. So this is the one thing. Regarding governance, this is also part of our roadmap, but it will come in phase 2.
So great. There are huge information on the website. Actually, I will read out on the weekend. So I see also you guys go launch on multiple platforms. So good luck, in managing all details. So wish you success.
Yeah.
Wish success your team. Thanks, Rainland. Wish you also a happy
Thank
new
you.
year again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the questions, Tolga, and Happy New Year to you as well. And we're going to keep it moving to Mazzy Mike. Hopefully you're having an awesome day so far as well, and the floors are yours. Welcome.
Hey guys, how you doing? Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Can you hear me clearly?
Loud and clear.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go straight into it because we don't have so much time. I had a question, but just while I was going through some last minute, details on the pre-sale pool, I did see that you're trying to raise 500,000.
Mike, I think you're counting off here. I can't hear you anymore.
Am I audible now?
You're audible now. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so sorry about that. So I'm saying I did overhear him say the metaverse is ready, everything is ready, some of the utilities are already ready. But I just wanted to find out where the money to build those things came, seeing as this is a seed raise and you are looking to raise around 500,000. For me, it's quite on the high side. I would expect that if you're raising such amounts, it's because you want to build. But if you've already built most of the infrastructure, why do you need so much money? Is it a loan you took to build them and you're trying to repay back that loan with some of the monies you'll be raising from the seed round? Or just give us a kind of overview as to what the money you're trying to raise will be used for. I know some would eventually go into marketing, but I mean, 500,000 US dollars. This seems like a lot, except you have something you're building and you don't know about.
Okay, so if you see our tokenomics, you will see foundational contribution head there. So this comes through that initial funding, which the founders made their self. They before asking the community or before asking anyone, they invested in it to build a first version of the metaverse. So the initial funding comes from there. But as we mentioned, that this is again a very initial stage, though we have developed first two continents, but we have to do a lot of work. So this funding will be utilized to develop the product, to launch it globally. Then, of course, the marketing. Then we have plans to go for Dex launch, as I mentioned earlier, in the start of February 2026. Then we have plans to go for Sex launch, centralized exchange launch, and number of activities already listed in our roadmap from where you can get an idea how this money we're going to spend.
I do get it. I just wanted to advise that the founders that have put in money should not be in a hurry to recoup their money. They should try to wait a little after the seed round is completed, the token is live, and then they start to make profit before they can think of recouping most of the monies that they initially invested. Because once what you see with some of these projects sometimes are, when I put my money in the beginning, I'm looking to get it at the first raise. And that's where a lot of other investors begin to get scared. That's just an advice I wanted to give. But one question I did have from the beginning is about
Yeah,
the AI
just
credit
if
system.
you allow
That's
me,
where you
then
say that
I would I would
students.
I would like to clarify one thing. Your advice is very good, and I want to clarify that you know that foundational contribution going to be vested over the next 5 years. Founders not gonna recover that amount very soon, so they'll take 5 years to recover the whole amount.
Beautiful. That's the best way it should be done. Actually, that's really great. But I wanted to get into the other question I had, which is about the AI credit system. The one you say you can use the tokens to eventually purchase a credit system that will allow you to buy and get access to some other utilities. That you said something about timetable. You also said about real estate and all of that. I wanted to know if there is a way to ramp up that credit score aside from buying the tokens to purchase a credit score. Is there a way based off of activities on the platform or reputation of a particular company or school, they are able to increase their credit score, or I mean some sort of referral, if they're able to bring other projects in, their credit scores gets increased as opposed to just buying? Because I want to believe that the more you buy the tokens, and that's how your credit score eventually goes. What this would what this would stop is people who have money, large amounts of money somewhere stocked, boosting their credit score eventually. And I don't know if you get the picture of what I'm driving at, but I just wanted to know if there's other ways to boost credit score apart from buying the tokens.
Okay, so I just want to clarify this. This is not just the credit score. AI credits actually directly linked with AI tokens. So if you know about this, that whenever you gonna use some LLM, which gonna process your request at the back end, there's always tokens which gets consumed. So there's a cost to consume the tokens, AI tokens. So we directly, combine the tokens with our AI credit system. So that means you can use the DMU to buy AI credits. So you can use the AI credits for different AI specific related features, just like you mentioned the AI timetable, where you can generate the timetable, and your AI credits will be consumed. And if you consume your 100% credits, then you can buy more through DMU. So this is how we're gonna structure the AI credits within the ecosystem.
Are those credit scores transferable?
Sorry?
I did ask if they are transferable from one person to another person. Say I buy some credit, can I transfer it or move it to another account? I'm just asking that for clarification.
So you can't transfer the AI credits, but definitely you can transfer the DMU, because DMU will be the main fuel. So you can transfer the DMU to from which you can buy more AI credits. So this is how it's gonna work.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Sorry for taking too much of the time, Rainlands. I really appreciate the opportunity as well, Rainlands. Thank you. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. Thank you.
Happy New Year to you too, Mike. Thank you for your questions.
Integrated into this particular DMU ecosystem, because reading the white paper, I didn't really find enough information beside the VR aspect of it, you having fun learning online. So I really wanted to understand how this works within the DMU ecosystem.
All right. So you can assume that you as a user joins the MetaOne ecosystem, and you have DMU in your wallet, and you want to buy a subscription of a course. So you'll spend your DMU to buy that subscription. If you'll be getting an NFT based certificate once you complete that course. And at the same time, as I mentioned earlier, if you want to use any specific AI feature, so you're gonna use your DMU to buy AI credits, which will get consumed when you use those special AI features. So there are number of ways, number of utilities which we mentioned on our website as well as on other documents, that how DMU will be utilized within the ecosystem to do different transactions.
All right. So when you say we can buy a course, right, with DMU, I understand that. But obviously, the educational system here in Africa, for instance, is not the same thing. Even within the same African countries, like Nigerian educational system is not the same with Ghanaian educational system, even though they are both in West Africa. So how do you really channel these courses, and who is really moderating it? Because you can't really be buying courses that you wouldn't really be needing if you don't, really have if you're not really certain that the courses you're buying actually fit in with your curriculum where you stay, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So how do you really try to make sure that these courses we are buying is actually worth it in real life, not just online?
Yeah. So first of all, you need to understand that there will always be a chance for you to go through the trial version or the free version, where you'll be able to see how this course works for you. And if you are satisfied, then you can spend your DMU on that. So this is the one thing. The other thing is, as I mentioned earlier, we'll be using the AI to generate the curriculum specific environments all around the globe. For example, if you are following the Cambridge curriculum, AI will get trained on that curriculum and will generate the environments accordingly, so that it can fulfill all your needs. So this is just one type. But on the other hand, we have number of environments where you can learn about the foundational concepts. For example, if you want to learn about the gravity fits into every curriculum. So you don't need to be specific to that curriculum to learn about gravity or the Newton's law or the, all other foundational concepts like programming. You want to learn programming, it's your choice. You want to learn about how to be efficient in using the AI. So all these courses are very generic, which are not dependent on the curriculum. You can do that. If you want to be specific to curriculum, then our AI comes into the play, and AI will design that environment according to the curriculum. So this is phase two. Phase one is already there. Phase two will come after we go live with phase one.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, I love the sound of that. One last thing I do really wanted to understand how you also happen to run that within the educational system is, as you know, within a physical classroom or whatever educational setup, wherever it is, right? When a teacher finishes teaching you, you have to go through your test and then go through your exams. When you pass, you have your certificate, right?
Yeah.
So within your own setup of your online teaching, or rather online classes, right? Do you also offer within these NFTs certificate for courses that have been studied and passed?
Sorry, I just missed your last line. Can you repeat that?
So I was asking, these NFTs, do they also incorporate as a certificate for courses that have been studied and passed?
Yeah. So I mean, initially these NFTs will be approved on chain for you that you have completed that particular course within the Meta1 ecosystem. And then definitely there are plans to partner with other institute to recognize those certificates, NFT based certificates. So it's a long term plan, but it's already there. And by the way, I just want to add, education continent is just one part. So if I give you an example of the business bay, in business bay, if for example, if you want to book a meeting room for some specific hours, you gonna use your DMU to book that meeting room, right? And virtual reality is one thing, mixed reality is another thing. So if you want to have a meeting in a real physical world, and there is just one person who's missing in that room, and you are using the mixed reality, then that person will be sitting with you virtually in your physical room. So this is also possible. So there are a number of ways. And similarly, if you want to buy a property, so we also have plans to work on, actually we are already working on the tokenization of the real estate. We are facilitating existing real estate developers in that. So if you are in Expo Center, you want to buy fractional property ownership of a real estate, then you can buy it through DMU. So there are number of utilization, different type of utilization of DMU, not just in the education continent, but in the business bay as well. And in the future, you can imagine the gaming continent, the DOP, entertainment continent, and the Eureka, the creative continent, will have number of different utilizations.
Hitman, if you're speaking on mute, just so you're aware. But yeah, it should definitely answer your question regardless of that. So, oh, you're here.
Sorry, I don't really know what happened to my network, but yeah, I'm here. I kind of missed the last part of his question, but I believe I'm satisfied at least over 99% from what I have so far. So I don't really want to keep you hanging. Thank you very much. Thank you, Renland. And Jawad, to be honest, you actually have a very interesting project and a broad ecosystem. Yeah, I wasn't really asking about the other aspect of the ecosystem, because the one that really got my interest for the most part is the educational aspect, because I do know that with things moving online and the need for verification, for certificates and all of that being very high at this point in time, this type of a setup for educational aspect of things will actually go a long way in really making a difference and impact on people's lives in real life.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, brother.
Edmund, thank you very much for your questions. And without further ado, this is where we're going to be ending off today's session. So, Jawad, Faisal, Ed, has been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Of course, thank you for not only answering all of my questions, but also the community questions. Wishing you the best of luck for the seed sale as well as the launch. And hopefully you have a great rest of the day as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And
Yeah,
goodbye
thank you.
from us.
Thank you, Renslan. And to be honest, guys, I'm sure everybody's gonna, agree to what I'm about to say. For a wonderful, moderation by at Raidlands, because most of the time he never let people get bored of a lot of information which we've been trying to pass through. So thank you, Renslan, for a wonderful, just to keep it active and lively. Thanks a lot.
Much appreciated. Thank you so much. And both of you have been absolutely phenomenal speakers as well. All the information that you provided was, in a great way for participants to actually learn about what you're bringing to the table. So, giving you props as well. Thank you so much for the positive comments. And hopefully everyone has a fantastic rest of the day. If you're interested in contributing to the seed sale, do make sure to check out the AMA announcement. I'm going to forward it in our main chat once again. And for any additional questions, as we did mention at the start of the AMA, do make sure to join your Telegram, and the team is going to get you sorted ASAP. Thank you so much. And we're going to catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Cheers.
Cheers, and thank you. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Take care.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Have a nice day. Bye.